Read that again. You got this? Okay, go ahead.
Ephraim, he have mixed himself among the people.
He have mixed himself amongst the people. Who did he mix himself amongst? Esau. When Esau came over here. And you have some today, they will deal with other nations before they would deal with people of their own ethnic groups. You understand? They would do that. They're racist against their own people. All right? And they're taught that. Another form of captivity or slavery is to have you hate your own and love others. When you really should love, there's nothing wrong with loving yourself. We're not saying go around hating other people, but what's wrong with loving yourself? Okay? Read on.
Ephraim is a cake not turned.
He's a cake not turned. If you see a cake not turned, it's dark on one side and it's light on the other. So Ephraim can range from a real light to even to Caucasian. Look Caucasian. And see, and that's why a lot of us, you just can't be judging out there on the streets based on appearance. Because you have Israel who may look like another nation, like Esau. And here it is, you'll be ripping up and destroying your own people because of you just looking at skin color. Alright? Because Ephraim is a cake not turned. You're going to have some Cubans who look European. You just can't make an assessment or a judgment on appearance, like Paul said. Read on.
Strangers have devoured his strength.
Strangers have devoured Ephraim's strength. Ephraim was strong. Still is. But the strangers that came over here and devoured you are the Spaniards. That's why you're speaking Spanish today. That was not your tongue. The Spaniards took you over and took your strength away, took your God away, gave you Catholicism, gave you their way of thinking. And now the Lord is calling the lost seed of Ephraim back to him. Read.
Strangers have devoured his strength, and he knoweth it not.
And you don't even know it. You don't even perceive it. A lot of us run around with Puerto Rican flags, and it's good to deal with your home pride. It's good that you have some sense of pride, but you don't even understand you've been devoured. Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. You just saying it's Puerto Rico because you've been taken over by the Spaniards, and they named your land Port of Riches. They took everything from you, and now you got pride in not knowing who you are. You haven't even perceived it, that you are actually from the chosen seed of Israel. The Lord is calling you back. Read.
Yea, gray hairs are here and there upon him, yet he knoweth not. And the pride of Israel testifieth to his face, and they do not return to the Lord their God, nor seek him for all this.
And yet they still are not seeking the Most High. All these things are coming down on our people, on all of us, and we still are not returning. So the Lord is calling us back. Let's go to Hosea 1 and 10. Before we go there, let's go to Genesis 49 and 22. Let's see here. They bring in Manasseh. Let's go to Genesis, what's that, 48, right? Genesis 48. We're going to Genesis 48. And we're going to start at the first verse. Yes.
And it came to pass after these things that one told Joseph, Behold, thy father is sick. And he took with him his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim.
Manasseh and Ephraim. So Joseph had two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, and Jacob adopted those two sons as his. They was actually his grandsons, but Jacob called them his sons because he loved Joseph, and Joseph saved Israel. Let's go straight down. Finish reading.
And one told Jacob and said, Behold, thy son Joseph cometh unto thee. And Israel strengthened himself and sat upon the bed. And Jacob said unto Joseph, The Most High Almighty appeared unto me as at Luz in the land of Canaan, and blessed me. and said unto me, Behold, I will make thee fruitful and multiply thee, and I will make of thee a multitude of people, and will give this land to thy seed after thee for an everlasting possession.
Go ahead.
And now the two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which were born unto thee in the land of Egypt before I came unto thee in Egypt, are mine.
Are who?
Are mine.
Now they belong to Jacob. Jacob adopted Manasseh and Ephraim. So Joseph, there's two tribes that came out of Joseph that are now part of the 12 tribes. And through that, and through this adoption, Dan, dealing with his wickedness, trying to destroy Israel and judge Israel, he was cast out as a tribe, so he's no longer counted. And Levi fell as the priest, and he became a nation, which makes up the 12 tribes. Read.
And now thy two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which were born unto thee in the land of Egypt before I came unto thee in Egypt, are mine, as Reuben and Simeon. They shall be mine.
They shall be mine. So now, Manasseh and Ephraim have become sons of Jacob. They were adopted. They were grandsons, but they became sons. Now, when you go into Ephraim, you know that Manasseh is connected. Read on.
And thy issue which thou begettest after them shall be thine, and shall be called after the name of their brethren in their inheritance.
They shall be called after the name of their brethren in their inheritance. Go down to the 12th verse.
And Joseph brought them out from between his knees, and he bowed himself with his face to the earth. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand toward Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand towards Israel's right hand, and brought them near unto him. And Israel stretched out his right hand and laid it upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand upon Manasseh's head, guiding his hands wittingly.
He guided his hand wittily. Instead of giving his right hand to Manasseh, which was the heir, he switched it and say, listen, I'm going to make Ephraim over Manasseh. Ephraim is going to be a higher tribe than Manasseh. Read.
For Manasseh was the firstborn, and he blessed Joseph and said, The Most High, before whom my father Abraham and Isaac did walk, the God which fed me all my life along unto this day, the angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the last, and let my name be named on them.
Let my name be named on them. So now they are tribes of Israel. Go ahead.
And the name of my fathers, Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth.
Go ahead. And
when,
let them grow as a multitude in the midst of the earth. That's some key things I'm going to bring out in the Gentile breakdown later. But go ahead.
And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him. And he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head unto Manasseh's head. And Joseph said unto his father, Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand upon his head.
So Joseph wanted the blessing to go to Manasseh of the firstborn. Read.
And his father refused and said, I know it, my son.
He said, I know my son. I know what I'm doing. Read.
He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations.
So he was letting them know that I know that you want Manasseh to be blessed, but Ephraim is going to be greater than Manasseh. Who is Ephraim? The so-called Puerto Ricans today. Who is Manasseh? The modern day Cubans. Thereby giving you the 12 tribes of Israel. Get Hosea 1 and 10 and Revelations the 7th chapter. Hosea 1 and 10. Read that.
Yet the number of the children of Israel should be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall